everyone, welcome to my channel. My name's Cara. I'm a bookworm, you could say. This is my first video, so I'm not quite sure what I'm going to talk about. I was initially going to rattle off to read this, but then I realised that I didn't actually have anything concrete set down. I had just had a long-winded list of books that I had aspirations to read sometime in the future, but I didn't quite know exactly what I was going to read next. And what little I did know that I was going to read exactly next, there wasn't much I could say about it, despite how excited I was and how much I regretted not having read them sooner, because I really should have. For example, I haven't read the Iliad yet. I've read the Odyssey, but I have not yet read the Iliad. And I don't think I'm going to have the guts to read that directly after I'm finished with what I'm reading now, which is Jane Eyre, which is another one that I've been meaning to read for a while. So I decided rather to review a book I read recently. It's not the last book I read, finished. I've finished the Saga series, which I didn't feel like I could review because they're not finished, and I'm still not sure where I stand on it. So I decided that the book I'm going to review is The Bad Assassin by Margaret Atwood. And, okay, there is literally nothing of Margaret Atwood's that I've read that I haven't enjoyed or thought that was very, very good. She has such an interesting way of writing that she can pull an experience out of thin air. Okay, that's a bad way of phrasing it, because obviously there must be some sort of thing that she based her stories on, but she can write so many different characters and so many different scenarios, and while they all kind of have the same background, she's very much a Canadian writer, and you can see where bits of her have shown through in her writing. Like, I think the third book of hers that I read was Surfacing, which is actually not her most well-known book, I don't think, but it was absolutely phenomenal. You could tell that the way the protagonists had lived their childhood was based on hers, because she also would simply go with her family off to live in the middle of the wilderness for long periods of time, which was absolutely fascinating. So with The Blind Assassin, it's one of her more popular ones, not as popular as The Handmaid's Tale, which is, I think it's her iconic one. Surprisingly, The Handmaid's Tale is quite unique for her in terms of genre. She tends more to write about experiences that are more grounded, if that makes any sense. Whereas The Handmaid's Tale, while there are, especially now looking at the current state of things in the world, there are definitely roots for The Handmaid's Tale, but rather she tends to look to the past and the present to base off her works, I've noticed. So The Blind Assassin is 4 stories written into one. A bit like a Russian doll. I can't quite remember what the official name is. The main tale, the overarching tale, is told by the, I don't want to say protagonist, because I actually find that I can't quite, the word protagonist doesn't quite work for her main characters, I find. So the main character, her name is Iris Chase, and I think her name is Iris. Yes, it is Iris. I just have to double check. Her name is Iris Chase, and she is 83 or so, and she starts telling all the story of her life. The main story follows her, and she's old, she's decrepit, she's bitter actually. She's not a very nice person. She's angry, and on a whim she starts talking about the past, her history, and she starts off talking about how she and her sister grew up in pre-World War II Canada, and follows that, and in between every episode, another story is told. The story is excerpts of the book The Blind Assassin. Excerpts of the book The Blind Assassin, which her sister Lara Chase wrote. Iconic, and it was such a this book is iconic, and it was such a landmark piece of literature for the town where they grew up. And her sister became almost some sort of legend, a mystical figure, because okay, this isn't spoilers. She committed suicide a couple days after the end of World War II, and so she's almost like tragic figure for most people. She's got this huge following. But despite this, the book is surrounded in mystery. It's enigmatic. Nobody really knows where it came from, who the characters are. And within that story is another story that's been told by the two lovers, the two main characters of the story. So basically the story kind of, it goes from late 90s Canada, where it talks about, goes from late 90s Canada to Canada pre-World War II, up until just after the end of the war. There's some bits in there where she kind of fills in between then and now, the now. Then it goes to the story, which is set during the 40s or the late 30s. Late 30s, I think it's set during the late 30s. And the story within that story that's told by the two lovers, which is set on this very fantastical planet, and where anything can sort of rooted in ancient Mediterranean cultures, more to the more ancient Middle East cultures. And personally, that bit of the story is my absolute favourite, because that sort of thing, that kind of fantastical but ancient quality is something that I've always really, really liked. Like the main arcing story, I don't think you're supposed to like it. That's the impression that I got. I can't say I did. Like, you could feel the anger of this woman. It's toxic. It's poisonous, actually. Like, just how angry she is with everything. She's not that nice. She really is not. I must say, like, it is a book that I recommend reading. I don't know if I'll read it again anytime soon. Like, it was absolutely fantastic. It was so brilliant. And like I said, I haven't read anything written by Margaret Atwood that wasn't. But at the same time, I'm not sure if I enjoyed it. It's a bit odd to say. Like, I gave it 4 stars, I think, on Goodreads. But I'm not sure I enjoyed it. I certainly, like I mentioned, I certainly enjoyed the innermost, deepest layer of the story. But the main story and her talking about her childhood, it was very depressing, which kind of is on a par, because as it's Margaret Atwood, she does a lot with issues and societal expectations and all of that. And the main protagonist, she didn't have an easy life. She had to marry for convenience. Her father lost all of his money, so she was in a loveless marriage, and her husband was very, very controlling. I don't think I've loathed a literary figure that much. And that, it does explain why she's so bitter. And then towards the end, you start to suspect what it is. I'm not going to say what happens because I'll ruin the surprise. I kind of started suspecting more earlier on than I think you're supposed to. But that's because I kind of try and figure out, are there any plot twists that are going to happen? Can I see this coming? And this was coming. I had 2 ideas, and then one was true and it was not. And by the end of it, the story becomes resolved. The whole story gets told, the truth gets told. I mean, bear in mind that the majority of the story takes place between World War I and World War II. particular emphasis on World War II. So as you can imagine, it's very, very not serious, but solemn and distressing, and it's not a book that you expect happy things to happen. It's not a book where, you know, the good guy gets the girl and they get married and live happily forever after. But quite frankly, it wouldn't be a Margaret Atwood book if it did. I actually would recommend reading it. It really was an experience. It's opened. It was 4 whole different worlds in one book, and you just become so enamored with it. I might read it again someday, not anytime soon though, I don't think. I think I need to sit on it for a bit. Maybe read it again when I'm a bit older so I can properly appreciate it. But it is something that I really do think should be read more often. I mean, I'm pretty sure it is, but... So, thank you for watching. I will be probably posting my to-read list once I narrow it down next, and after that my review of the book that I'm finished, that I'm reading now, and after that of the book that I'm finished, that I'm reading now, which is incidentally Jane Eyre. Okay, that's not incident. Of the book that I'm reading now, which is Jane Eyre. I'm thoroughly enjoying it. I don't know why I didn't read it sooner, but yes, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you all have a good week to come. Happy reading, and I'll see you all in the next video.